You heard it here.
Hello, beautiful people. Wow.
Hello. You heard it here, guys.
Vote. Register.
Register.
You know what to do.
You know. You got it. Jesus, where did you pull that from?
I don't know. I think maybe I was too high when I found it.
The annals of history.
Was it funny?
I enjoyed it. I was jamming out. Did you see me over here?
I was don't go chasing waterfalls
It's a
dancing.
great song. If you like the message or not.
That's true.
You have to agree
the
with
melody.
the lyrics.
Sometimes the melody is what
That's
you're
all
in
that
the song
matters.
for, yeah? 2020. I can still hear that 2020, man.
All I hear is about time.
I thought it was like an old song, and then
It has the
and then like
quality
the
of an old song.
2020, and I was like, oh shit, they just made this yesterday.
Well,
or
the
something.
best songs sound like they were old songs.
That's true,
They're like,
classic.
dude, is this?
I'll take
This
that.
sounds like it could have been 20 years ago, 50 years ago.
and it's timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be Miles Davis.
Yeah,
Damn.
it
And
might
then
be
it turns out, no,
ludicrous.
it's two white girls singing "Vote Trump" 2020.
2020.
So God bless America.
Where are they from? Do you think? This is like I'm
That's a
not
good
trying
question.
to set you up for
Brooklyn.
like any. Oh, that's it.
Where?
Brooklyn.
Probably singing it off the rooftops. Well, welcome back to Who Do You Think You Are? I'm
Yeah.
Pedro.
And I am Nick.
And I'm still Dr. Zevia.
He's back. See, they won't bring him on
Dr.
Fox News, CNN, MSNBC.
That's how you know my message is resounding with the people.
That's exactly right, folks. But we always have a spot for Dr. Zevia here.
Yeah. So what's new, Dr. Zevia? What's going on out there, man?
There's actually not a whole lot that's new in coronavirus because we've known about it for a long time.
Oh, what?
Surprise!
That disease is sticking around longer than a Kardashian relationship.
Coronaviruses are common. It's nothing. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to turn Hispanic with Dr.
Dr.
Zevia.
Zevia's just
We
It's
were
hard not
just
to when you
kidding.
have a beautiful abuela next to you.
Mijito. And
You
you
are
got the
just
hat
beautiful,
of like the
yeah.
Mexican farmer.
That's
so.
true.
He's like the white guy that's kind of snuck in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's got papers, but he's
Yeah.
still working the field.
Yeah, I'm the one. I speak immaculate, fluent Spanish, and you just go,
Yes.
huh?
And you bought in tamales long enough that they know you're good.
Yeah. Off of me, because with this outfit, I'll be selling tamales
And they've
at the
never
border,
seen
dude.
me have diarrhea in the field.
No.
Allegedly.
That's how you know I'm a good one.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You have
That's
a
why we
couple-
couldn't give you a raise.
You've never
last
seen me
week.
have unusual diarrhea, just the normal.
That's true. That's a good point.
Oh, man.
Just a normal run of the mills.
5 minutes in,
Sorry,
we're already at diarrhea.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see,
good night, folks.
It starts with really immature conversation to just slowly ease you in.
Yeah,
You know
right,
what I
exactly,
mean? Or it does the opposite. That's how we find our rhythm. Then we
Yeah.
start talking about the deep stuff. The diarrhea's got to come out sooner or later.
Always.
In,
the,
Sometimes in
sooner,
the middle of your
usually.
shift.
Sooner than
the,
later.
the shit always comes out first.
Yeah.
dude. You know?
I know.
All right. Well,
How's your
So-
week been, guys?
Let's
That
skip
was-
right to
What we did before
what
this?
just happened.
Okay.
Something just happened.
First
We're gonna
time here
announce
at
it to the
Studio
world.
3.
yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
This
Yeah.
is a fun story.
You do
It's a
have to
script.
say it. Yeah. You do have to say allegedly.
We're
now.
launching into a fictional tale about someone who isn't me, you,
Or
you.
I.
Thank you.
Me.
Someone who
Nick.
not us.
Go. Nico.
So no,
Nico.
it was interesting because I got a text this morning, and I asked you about it earlier in the week. One of the times we had you on, you gave us this little. What did you call it? Remind me. I'm terrible. I'm a bad friend.
I'll be honest, I don't remember. A diviner's chain.
Diviner's chain. So it had all these psychedelics, and it had DMT, which was
Yeah.
like the Tour de France, right? Like
Yeah,
the,
it was a small sample of different
yeah.
psychedelic plants, including
right,
DMT.
and that included DMT. So ever since then, like Nick's always been like, I really want to do it. I want to have him here.
Before that, when we had Jacob on, who was one of our
that's true.
first like
That was-
psychedelic guests, and he
Yeah.
went on I think twice.
Yeah, he
right,
did.
in the beginning. So like I've had this idea about DMT for a long time. I think I listen to Joe Rogan like every other schmuck out there, and I think like hearing him talk about DMT, watching documentaries that he's been in, and hearing about it in books. Like I've been interested in it forever, but also in the same way that when there's like drugs, like psychedelics and stuff, I am of that nature of being like, they'll find me. Like, you know what I mean? I like when they find you. So it's always like, yeah, put a looker out there. Like if somebody finds them or if they happen upon me, it's like, it's like the universe is
let
saying,
fate
Right.
show me. Yes.
yeah, like I really believe that. So it's always been that thing of being like, my arms are open for you, DMT guys. Like my arms are open. Like
DMG system.
Find me. And then we're 25 days without alcohol this month, and I've been sitting.
Congratulations,
on
by the
Good
way,
job.
dude.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not.
So you guys got to do DMT on the weekends sometimes, kids.
So this is what's called a relapse.
What's up? This is Who Do You Think You Are?
Relapse edition.
My parents' basement, and I'm starting a podcast fresh out of rehab.
Jesus. Strictly for Russian listeners.
Thanks for coming over, Pete. I have to. It's court ordered.
Got a contract.
And CJ
back.
was just my court ordered parole officer. He has to just come and just
PO.
can you at least wear a hat. He's like,
I'm your PO who's just like, here's the drugs we're not going to test for.
exactly.
Enjoy yourself.
But so you texted me this morning and you're like, I think I'm gonna do DMT before the podcast. I was like, oh shit! Like at first,
Cool friends. That's what I would think if I were you. Like, damn, this kid's fucking.
damn, he's homie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, you are a homie. But like, at first I thought you were gonna do it on the podcast.
Fuck no.
And I was like, okay. Well, that's kind of like the confusion was with the text this morning.
Gotcha.
But I was like really honored that you let me be a part of it.
Wow.
Because he just smoked DMT. And fucking
For the first time, and how was the experience?
Was it for wearing your dead grandma's?
was it? It was a gift.
Yeah, I brought some trip gear. We did it up
gear.
right. We
do
got
you
you
always
set
do
up.
trip gear?
Every time.
Is that like a known thing or?
I'm not sure. I have
You
met
have
other
heard it
people
here
who
first.
do it.
Exclusive.
But I've also said that to other people, to other friends and stuff like that.
I dig it.
Who are like, whoa, who have that same reaction where like, oh man, I never realized that. We were talking about this right before we started, while you were composing yourself. I think there's a real lack of ritual that we make fun of in things like church, but we actually desire. And when you incorporate things like that, when you the trip gear is just another. It's like psychic armor. It's a way of preparing your mind to say this is different than normal everyday stuff. This is a special occasion right now. So I think we miss that, and that's why every time I bust it out and we do the ritual, people seem to react positively. There's never like anybody complaining about the
Right.
fact that we just did all this, really positive stuff.
So CJ, you were just his shaman, which was like really interesting. Like you came in, you had your tambourine, you had a bell, like you had the sage, and we did practice. Like at first, like I said it earlier, it was like a joke. Like you were laughing while he was like saging you down, or like I was making the tambourine noise. But like after 4 or 5 seconds, it's like, okay, it started to set in,
Yeah.
and like you said earlier, like set the stage for the ritual that you were practicing, which is just blasting off, dude.
I mean, it's for any drug or anything that you take. If you take it far enough that you feel like you actually become part of it, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not only just like dressing the part, it's believing into it, letting yourself fall into it, and letting it take you, falling emerging into the water and just like dipping your toes into it, which I feel like a lot of us kind of do because we're scared to jump all the way into certain things. You know what I mean? In psychedelics, you don't get that choice.
You mentioned party culture earlier, and
Yeah.
how you don't do it to party, and I think people who do drugs to party
They hate
are
'em.
actually just afraid to let themselves go.
Exactly. And they hate that they're like, oh, I've tried mushrooms one time at a party. It's like, why did you try them at a party? Like, and I was drunk. It's like, you were drunk?
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic, and it sounds like a terrible idea when I do that. Well, it's just like, it's
I've
like,
mixed a whole bunch, but yeah.
have you?
A whole bunch of times. It's not usually great. I've had some terrible and awkward and strange times.
I guess just for me, and it's something probably I learned through like these 25 days when I abstained from drinking. Like, I think the one thing with alcohol that you can't really argue with, like, you can't emerge as deeply into you know what I mean? Like a psychedelic, I feel like I could let myself go more than with alcohol. It like takes you down to this like meat body, and it keeps you there in a way. Does that make any sense?
Yes. For that reason, I'm sorry if I cut you off there,
No,
Pedro.
go for it, dude.
For that reason, that's part of
I'm listening.
why I like alcohol for social settings.
Me
if
too.
I still want to trip.
And why I like it to not feel anything.
Well,
'Cause
but
being
what I
numb
mean is,
great,
if I want to trip in public, alcohol can allow me to do that.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it
got
keeps
it.
me,
Grounded
me
and
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, you can't really function in success. Like, I'm gonna go to the movies and smoke DMT in the back row.
That'd be weird.
We're watching Peter Pan today.
Everybody
Whoa,
be like,
that's canceled, bro. Don't bring up
What?
Peter Pan
It's canceled.
dressed like that with no underwear on?
It's canceled.
No, I don't know. Should. Isn't
yeah.
it about a little boy in Neverland or something and going stealing people?
Isn't it a man in Neverland?
Something like
Technically, it's a man that never wants to grow up.
It's Robin Williams.
Yeah.
So he's
It's Robin Williams.
He's one of the first like ages. Is that the new thing, right?
Yeah.
No, he's one of the first maps.
What's that?
It's a minor attracted person.
Oh damn, Peter Pan.
That's the euphemism now
That's
for pedophile.
that's the new one, huh?
That's the new code
They
word.
should make, they did WAP. They can do MAP.
Mop.
You know?
Yeah.
Mops. That
No,
was bad. That was a
dude.
stretch. I'm sorry, guys. That was bad. And you got him here, folks. Bad jokes.
Swing and a
All day.
miss.
Oh, yeah.
The
I got
Sleepy
him.
Fighters at it again.
I'm a fucking sleepy tamale slinger, bro. Check it out.
He
homie.
said it.
I got
said it,
Virgin
dude.
Mary. What are you laughing at?
You
me
should
for,
be like
dude?
What's a sleepy tamale fighter?
You should be a hidden character on Street Fighter. You have to do a code and you come out and start throwing the tamales.
Yes.
From under your dress.
Can you make a leg kick for us?
No,
like
I
a
can't,
sound?
dude.
What would the sound effect be? That was really good. That was good.
That was good. Yeah.
Nick, please give us your feedback on DMT.
Yeah,
I'd
let's
love
get
to
back
hear it,
to-
man. Honestly.
I don't know where to start.
How long did it take to set in? Like after you took the 3 rips, because you took 3 monster
Well,
rips.
first, like it killed my throat.
Yeah.
I hate hitting bongs. I smoke joints. That's what I enjoy, or pens. So bongs are just, they've always been rough on me.
Yeah.
I had asthma when I was a kid. I'm a mouth breather. So it's just not great for me. So taking those 3 like long hits, I was already I was worried going into it. I was like, I know this is going to fuck up my throat.
Yeah, you wouldn't clear a bong in 3 massive, immediate back-to-back rips
Definitely
generally.
not. No,
Yeah,
it's not in the
even if
last
it was-
10 years. I mean, like when I was 21.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
But I'm old. I'm 32, man.
Slightly.
Sometimes. Yeah, but anyway, so that really tethered me down to earth for like the first initial setting in, like the flow. First you hit it once. All right, it kind of tasted good at first, actually. Like the first initial taste of it is good.
I
think
smelt
it's,
it.
but I think it's the burn after, right? That's like when it starts fucking you up. Because the first,
Yeah.
it's like hitting greens, I guess. It's like it tastes
Yeah.
kind of. There's almost a weird sweetness to it. You know what I mean?
Well, when you exhaled, it had a different odor than just regular marijuana.
Gotcha.
Which would make sense because there was something slightly different than marijuana in there. So,
You know.
Have you ever smelled mothballs? It smells
It's like
exactly
a-
like
like in your laundry, like mothballs.
Is that what
Yeah.
those are?
Yeah, those things that old people would put in their laundry to keep them from being eaten by moths.
Is that what it smells like?
Yeah. And now whenever I smell laundry, I smell a little hint of that like acacia smell.
Okay, so you were
So I
semi-grounded.
Yeah. So
Semi
you
grounded
hit it,
first hit, then second.
nails your throat.
Wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted good. Second hit, then I'm like, okay. You start like, just nothing.
Swaying?
It not like kind of visually, yeah. Like
Okay.
everything kind of starts swaying. Like you're like, all right. I feel
It's like a drunk sway.
no. It just you feel like you start feeling reality shifting.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
That shift.
And then when the third one comes, I think did we do 4?
And that's something a porn star would say when the third one comes.
Dude, you're ruining my story with porn star coming jokes, man. This is gonna be my monologue. I was like, okay, time cut here, time. And then you're making
Sorry.
porn star coming
Sorry.
jokes.
It was
dude.
too easy, bro. You teed it up for
The
me.
third
No,
one's
that's
never
the
easy,
problem,
dude.
isn't it?
The third one's never easy. There's
That's
a
how
reason
she
he
became a
didn't
porn
come
star
yet.
in the
Yeah.
first place.
There's a reason why he didn't come yet. He's the third one to come.
Okay, all
the
right.
first guy was out
You
in 5
can't
minutes.
elaborate on my joke if you're like talking shit about me making jokes.
All right, so
The third one
so
comes.
third one comes. I hate
And
this
that's when you start
podcast.
to like it.
An episode name right there.
And the third one comes. Third eye blind. All right.
It's because I'm back, baby.
Dr. Zevia.
Double meaning.
That's good. If anybody ever traces this back to you, like that wasn't me. It was Dr. Zevia. Like you just did the voice, and you're like, never. That's not me.
That was just the start of my schizophrenia.
Yeah, the commence.
And
Me
you cannot
losing.
hire me for that. We'll go to court real quick.
Oh, fuck.
That's good.
Turning that into a job interview was hilarious. That was
Well,
so
we are
funny, I
we
forgot
are
what
all
we were
pretty
even
high,
talking
pretty
about.
high right now.
So the third one hits, comes.
Gotcha.
Third one comes.
All of you.
And
okay.
Can we not get over this?
And then and the fourth one, there's a little more. Cause
Yeah, because you're
Yeah,
like,
there was
if
a
you
little
want
left.
another,
you're like,
you
quit.
offered it.
You actually
yeah.
hit me in the legs. I thought being a bitch.
I was like, do it or I'll fucking choke you out, and then you'll fit.
He's a great shaman.
Do you even want to get high?
What do you love your parents? Come on.
You're gonna have a bad trip if you don't hit this.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you if you don't hit this.
Hey, I just stole your wallet.
Yeah,
Seacrest out.
your dog just stole your wallet. You gotta hit this. Your dog just stole your wallet.
He turned and looked. He's like, Pete, take whatever you want. He's gonna be out.
We got 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. No seriousness.
Yeah, this is a really serious
This is
drug.
this is a spirit
No
molecule, and
I think I always laugh about things when I'm uncomfortable with being like genuine,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It's because it's uncomfortable.
natural.
So I should just go right into it. Like, all right, here we
Tell
go.
me what
Interesting-
happened.
It's interesting to see. It's
Right.
interesting to see
But it's
because
also
you were
really fun to
talking freely before, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also fun to like, I don't know, mess around with things.
Oh, for
Of
sure.
course, of course.
You go back and forth. Then I was actually saying that because you put it in between weed, so I think that's got to have something to do with it. Do people ever take it without the weed?
You can vaporize it, or which is probably the best. I should have asked you if you have an open vape, you know, like a vape that you can actually put the product into.
Gotcha.
But this is the way I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just like, let me send you off how I know.
It's just interesting to think of like the clean, if there's a pure.
You could do it
quote-unquote
without
way.
the weed
Yeah.
by just putting tea leaves down. I also have some Kalia Zakatashishi. I think that's actually on the thing, on
Gotcha.
the diviner's chain.
Oh, that was the nighttime one.
The
right?
dream herb, yeah. That you could use instead, but that has a real flavor to it that's going
then
to
you don't
change
miss
things.
that first. Well-
and I don't know if it chemically would alter the experience.
The weed's probably a nice like passenger though. I've always enjoyed like smoking weed after I come off of mushrooms or to ease my way into them because it's like rather than I enjoy drugs that will slowly come on, kind of like mushrooms is nice. So if you start getting high, it's like you gradually peak. And like I don't need to just like spike all of a sudden into. I mean that's fun sometimes too, but if you're really trying to go on like a journey, you want it to last and kind of prolong in a way. I don't know how
Yeah.
we got there.
You put a hard R on the end of that cough.
I
brother.
did, dude. Hard ER. Hard ER at the end of that cough. You better be
My
careful.
monologue. dude. God damn it, dude.
Sorry.
I feel
Okay.
like Camille Harris in a Biden meeting.
You just butchered her name.
I know.
You're
What
leaving
is it?
white supremacy in your wake.
Camila. It's Camila.
It doesn't
dude.
matter.
You said it
what-
right.
Camila.
Oh, I did?
It's not.
Oh,
You go.
okay. I don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about your blast off, dude.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. After the fourth one, yeah, then you go from dizzy, like reality starting to kind of sway to, all right, I laid down, kind of looked at the lights that I had a nice like orange and purple, blue. I don't know. The
hue.
lights were really nice. So it kind of was really, it helped me like, at first I even asked you, I was like, should I close my eyes or leave them open? Because I was almost like, I kind of wanted to leave them open because how like beautiful it was. But I was also
Absolutely.
wanted to take off.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Cause that was my whole intention. Being like, dude, I want to leave my body. I want to see what people are talking about the other side. So I did everything in my power during the process to take off
To get there.
because I
Did-
hate like.
Do you feel like you got that you launched?
I think so. I mean,
I don't
feel
think
like it
you
could've
don't
been-
have anything else to
You
like.
have no
yeah.
frame of reference.
Yeah.
I mean, I left my body in this weird vibration that I felt like just the energy, just complete. It's weird because if you've done psychedelics enough too, you kind of know where the ceiling is, and then but when you break through the ceiling, that's the part that's hard to explain. But like oh, it's familiar, it's even familiar with my eyes closed. It's like it's kind of what I imagine it would be like mushrooms, almost like super intensified with like maybe ecstasy at moments or Molly, you know.
I haven't done those, so I don't know.
Yeah, just like this kind of weird bliss that kind of can also hiccup back and forth with like a slight like hiccup of like, ooh, I don't something's wrong. But then fuck it, like
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 tension or an anxiety,
exactly
pressure.
Yeah, so a lot of it. Then when you break that ceiling, when you leave, where you're like, oh, my throat hurts. Oh, I hear the air conditioning. Oh, I see the lights from the background. Oh, I can't. I'm leaving. Like it's like you can't even. Yeah,
There's nothing you can do to just try to push the brakes. Or
you
anything?
just
like,
let yourself go.
Yeah.
It's just like you get to this point where like I described it outside, like right after, like in this weird like roller coaster, like one of those tunnels shoots up because it was like, all right, do I grab back down to drink water? Do I say something like, should I close my eyes? Should I open, or should I just embrace it and just be like, all right, let's leave. Let's go. Let's see what's past this.
You seem to have an excellent constitution for tripping because you didn't appear to have any trouble at all. You like laid back, you relaxed. That's part of why I wasn't sure about tripping first because I'm not sure how prepared you guys are. We're not that close to see me, like crying or like panicking for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, because that shit is what happens to me. I did have the thought of like, oh man, this is what happens when you're not so fucked up.
Oh shit!
You just get to relax and chill while that's happening. But
you've had experiences where you break down like every time,
yeah.
or
most of the time on a DMT trip, I'll cry on the way in. Just happens. Like I'll
I
get this
felt-
weird, overwhelming emotion feeling, and then it just.
Yeah.
And I'm all, thank you so much.
I think I had those moments.
that's a
but
weird Dr. Zevia
also,
voice.
I did feel like maybe that was a part. There was some moments of like still relatively here in a sense, but knowing like I feel like I don't. Yeah, we're not that close, and we're close, but like cry, like even this was kind of like intimate in a weird way. Of,
Yeah,
like,
no, for
of,
sure.
like,
That's why I said I'd appreciate you letting me be a part of it. Man.
I feel like
thank
maybe
you, man.
the tears would have come easy. Like I cry all the time.
I hear you,
I
yeah.
cry during movies at like the most ridiculous parts, and in songs I get goosebumps. I'm very attached to like feelings and emotion. But the trip thing for me, like I've been meditating daily for like 3 years now, and it's changed my life.
That's a long time. That's a
It's
legit practice.
completely changed my life. I mean, it's insane, and it keeps on growing and evolving, and it forces you to evaluate and look within yourself and to kind of, I don't know, try to like not just ignore all your problems, not just like go on your phone, not just to binge watch a show or fill your face with booze or food or whatever. Everybody has a vice, right? Like
Being able to deal with a moment.
Yeah, when you meditate for 20 minutes, like you're just breathing. Like you have to become comfortable, and you realize that's like the beautiful state of life. Like that's what this is. It's like that's what DMT and these psychedelic trips do. It's like you guys being around us, like having this trip and moment, like us being present in the moment, and like psychedelics and meditation. It washes all the bullshit away.
Yeah.
Like with the sage, so to speak.
We weren't gonna be like, look at this bitch, he's crying while he's fucking taking it. What a little.
Wait, what are
pussy,
you
huh?
crying? Give me my drug. Take the drugs out of your body.
Wet Willie.
Yeah. Toughen up.
No, I like
me
we
show you
would
how
have
my dad
understood
dealt with
because it is. I took it like a very ritualistic thing. Like it was a very neat experience just being here. Like I didn't even trip, but like I closed my eyes and kind of tried to be there in a sense with you, or think about what you were imagining.
Hashtag me too.
Calm
Get
down.
out of my trip, bro.
I could've touched you.
Were you holding my hand? I thought that was the blue goddess.
I could have touched you, man. Okay.
You're like, I tried
And
DMT.
you never know what I'm doing under this blanket. Okay?
I saw an
Tell by the
entity, and it
stage.
was just Pete
But it was like
Hovering over me.
no, just like
with nothing but a blanket on.
it's called a poncho. You fucking uncultured.
What's a
swines.
poncho? What
No
is
tamales this
a
year.
poncho? It's a blanket you wear. It's a huggy.
But like no, just
Snuggie.
being there. Like I closed my eyes. I tried to breathe and like stuff. I don't know. It was just interesting.
I
you know?
noticed
It's
you
like-
did that too. And
Like, I was
that made
stretching my
me
neck,
that made me
like-
feel cool because I was like, I appreciated that you were also taking the opportunity to be in the moment and
Yeah.
try and
you
get
have
something
to,
out of it. Yeah.
It's like playing a game on
A
his
lot of
phone.
people
Get
would,
out of here, dude.
a lot of people would just fucking clown on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I
Or
shouldn't
get on
I won't
my phone,
name
I was like-
names, but you know,
Yeah.
I could
Jimmy,
sneak an Instagram story.
fucking
yeah, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. That dude was
Yeah,
a
just
dick.
take a little quick pic of Nick over
DMT
here.
was my
Yeah.
homie Snapchat.
I kept checking the time because, like, I'm like, okay, how long until this? How long until that? And I felt concerned that I'd be checking the time and you'd see me. And
Technology.
go, you taking a picture of me, motherfucker?
I didn't even want to reach
Bill
for
Gates.
I didn't even want to reach for water, dude. I was like, because I was on the same couch and like literally right up next to you. I could have tickled your head.
What am I
if
growling like a dog at you? Like,
No,
You
but
were making some noises. We didn't have to talk
I
about
was
it.
on the same couch, but like I didn't want to like move or anything because
Yeah.
you were, might feel it or something. Might take you out of your trip or I don't know. Like I've never
Right.
experienced this, So I was like, I'll refrain 15 minutes from drinking water.
Now that you've experienced it, do you think sound would have helped or hurt if we would have been
Yeah,
trying to
because you
play
brought
some
the little bell. I like that.
and the tambourine?
I
An
don't-
easy.
for
Okay,
me,
calm down, Mr. Tambourine Man.
he starts singing too. Hey, Mr. Tambourine.
I almost started singing too. There was a moment where I was like, if there's going to be sound, yeah. Are we here?
It means no worries.
You
Like
just
on the
sprout
couch.
up like.
Hit it, Pete. Guys, I'm trying to have a spiritual moment. It's a problem free. This is my monologue.
Philosophy.
Stop making a TikTok. My DMT will not be a TikTok. I hate this generation.
Ted Kaczynski was right. Well, if you wanted to listen to three grown-ass men laugh, you got it here, folks. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was
That's
beautiful.
awesome. Yeah.
The Lion
you know
King
what's-
is my religion on my voter ID.
But you know what was weird? One thing was weird. I'm gonna get. That was a good question too. I didn't answer seriously about the sound, but the time. It means no worry. But I'll go to. I don't. Damn. What were we saying?
I asked you
sound.
if you would have preferred
The,
or if
okay,
you would have
first the
liked to
15-minute thing
try
was
and
weird because I
hear.
was like, why? I was like, it hasn't been that long, and then you told me it's been like 15 minutes. I was like, what? It seemed so accurate because in my head it was always like that's the amount of time it takes. But I was worried that it was like it'd been like 2 minutes. I was like, damn, I didn't get
I
it.
didn't even trip.
Yeah, like yeah.
That would also have been funny. It's like, am I supposed to be feeling anything?
Did you feel like you went into a dream at all?
You just realize it's like more introspective of like the dream state that life or reality is like it's like. I don't know. It's like if you look into dreams, like lucid dreamings and all that kind of shit. Which, especially not drinking, my dreams this whole month are just crazy,
Wild, huh?
And yeah, that psychedelics and weed. Like I don't know. I write about dream state a lot. 'Cause it's so interesting, man.
I
you know?
interpret dreams. I've had a lot of friends over the years hit me up with dreams, and we'll just break it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll go symbol by symbol and like moment by moment, and
If it's another reality or your subconscious telling you something, it's something inside of us. And psychedelics, it shows you that there are other sides of reality. So we know that. Like even scientists have pretty much. I mean, you can't really trust scientists, but like that there's different dimensions that things multiply in the way like that quantum physics works that I really don't understand. But I'm kind of like, yeah, it seems like they know what they're talking.
Yeah.
But I believe that life would be that way. You know, I believe in the dream state. I believe in different realities. I believe in different dimensions. I think our spirit's like tuned into some very bizarre way that we can't fathom, but it's beautiful if you really find a way to shut all the bullshit off and really let it shine and consume it. And we've lost that in our culture. I mean, that's why DMT is an old ritual that has been gone for thousands of years. Like Madden football hasn't gone on for thousands. It's like 100 years and this society will crumble. You know, like these are the real things. It's like going with your friends, spending time in the forest, the woods, and taking mushrooms or getting high. Don't even get high. Just go to the lake and go camp there and be part with nature and earth. It takes you back to what we are, and we need that. Like our souls need it. I
believe in the dream state.
Yeah.
Believe in the
sure.
dream
And chase
state.
it,
That was
follow
a
it,
cool
try-
thing you said, dude.
Yeah.
I've been like at work. I work outside. I work in nature, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's hot as fuck right now. But I mean, it doesn't bother me. But I've been like grounding myself, like actually barefoot on the dirt, like
Is that allowed at your work?
Well, I do when nobody's watching. But
Sand
Do you need
angels
shoes, dude? I got extra pairs of shoes.
Doing sand angels in the
in the
sand pit.
bunkers, yeah. It's nice fine
Hey,
sand.
I'm on my break.
Dude, I need a hit out of this bunker over here. Just tosses.
3 more minutes.
They're like, get
But,
out
like,
of here.
CJ, give me some popcorn.
But like no, so like in dirt or like in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does anything, but I mean, we've got to be connected in a sense, right? It's got to be.
I think there is something that it does.
That's like fucking Pandora. Like the movie itself is like you're one being, like the tree of life or whatever.
I think it affects your, like, if we're talking scientifically, if it does anything, I think it'll affect your microbiome.
Science.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Your microbiome is crazy though. Like
Hell yeah.
I've learned about just from being a podcast nerd, like hearing things about like I love kombucha, the way that it feeds your gut. And like they say 95% of your serotonin is created in your stomach. So it's like what you put into your body and what you're doing with it. It's so true. I mean, it's the biggest thing I've learned from suffering depression and mental health and suicidal thoughts. It's like it's crazy because you're taught your whole life it's your brain, and it's I don't know. It's wild, man.
I agree. I can't drink kombucha because it gives me diarrhea.
It's the best part.
And we're back.
10-minute break.
Back. Dr. Zevia in the studio. Talking about
Dr.
diarrhea.
Zevia's got the squirts.
You see what happens when some people drink the kombucha, they get the CO2 in their intestines. The intestines can't take the CO2. Evacuate bowels, people.
Immediately.
Big picture. Big brown picture.
My wife's been saying
Goodbye.
like
I need to take another break.
I'm getting Hispanic again. I have to go.
Kombucha round 2. Be back at 5.
kombucha out. My wife's been saying
Science time.
I drink a lot of sparkling waters, especially now that we're doing this no alcohol shit. And she says her bones hurt like
That's dramatic.
in the mornings, like after drinking, and it's like one of the symptoms of that is like what did we say it is? CO2,
Carbon dioxide.
carbon
buildup.
dioxide. Like it's carbon dioxide poisoning. It could be. So like she stopped drinking those.
Yeah, I feel like because sometimes.
I don't know where that was going.
Damn.
My wife.
She's addicted to soda water.
You said carbon dioxide.
Sign up for my donation page.
No, that's gnarly. Who knows what this shit's doing to
No,
us?
I mean that's the thing. It's when we stop drinking. My first thing I go to is like soda waters and like chugging them because I have a terrible issue.
It's a
but
great.
it does not feel good. Like
I think it's a great substitute.
It
at
is.
least, because you still get that sensation
for sure,
with the bubbly.
But for one, you don't need like 6. So that's the thing. I'll have like
Yeah.
the 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I could do with the booze. But next week we'll be back.
Yeah, we are drinking next week. We're getting lit, bro. Oh, you told me nobody says lit anymore.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
just what probably.
How's your
a-
dad? Hey, dad's a lit up in here. Pedro.
Actually,
Yeah.
how do you guys do with the marijuana? Does it ever impede your abilities to feel, motivated?
Oh yeah, 100%. I like that's one thing I try to do because I don't have a problem as much as he does with alcohol, and that wasn't a diss. It was
That's
just
not cool, man.
all right.
Not on
sorry.
camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And that's why I did the DMT. Did you learn anything?
But
I'm your PO officer.
but whenever like, because sometimes we'll try to do like no weed as well. That's usually January. But whenever I do this, like with him, I try to like cut back on my intake because I feel like I slip so easily back into just smoking every day, all day. Like it fogs you up for sure, man, and it definitely messes with your trying to be motivated. Well,
Thanks,
Jesus,
Dad.
yeah, thanks, Dad.
Back off, Dad.
So
I'm
Pete's a
finding
loser.
myself.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, well, that's
he
exactly what
knocks
you
on
are,
the door,
right?
turns on
That's
the
what
light.
you are
Hey, what
if
are you doing?
Smoke too much. I feel like.
No, actually, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you feel like a loser. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like just
Speak
smoking
for
all
yourself,
day.
dude. I feel dope.
Fuck off, dude.
I have problems
for
with
sure.
it
Ground
because
control to Major Tom over here. You weren't even in this world 2 seconds
Nice
ago.
reference, Dad. Okay,
Okay,
back
yeah.
off.
Get my New Balance off your feet, okay? Back off. What were
he
you
needs
saying?
them for his work day.
I got some sand on your toes,
Stepping
Dad.
in rocks over here, okay?
Pedro, stop bringing sand into the house.
For my microbiome, leave me alone.
Pedro just
We don't
comes,
pay you to build up your microbiome.
He comes on. It's a long day, Rachel. Takes out his pants, just sand coming out of him.
Empty the pockets, just
Just
fucking sand.
Just leave him on the ground, walk to the shower.
I'm out. What were you saying after that tangent that we just went off of? That I feel like this whole podcast is. I feel like we're blasting off right now.
Yeah, this
Because-
is all tangents.
Because
the
this
third
is
hit.
just this is that
gonna
third
come.
hit. The tunnel's like becoming clear. We're about to fucking lift.
It's the
but
tangential podcast. It's tangential
good
to
name.
reality.
It's a good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm
could have like a
trying to-
whiteboard.
I don't know what the
behind you.
word means, but I
that's
liked
what
how
I'm
it
saying.
sounds.
Tangent, like a tangential line in math. You know what I mean? One
Math.
line's going this way.
Science and math today, guys. We're all about.
I'm not
it.
looking it up because I don't know how to spell it, so I take his word for it.
Dr. Zevia is here to tell you about
I
tangentials.
got the runs.
Tangent lines.
I was just talking about weed and motivation because I'm fucking struggling with it, and you guys quitting alcohol for a month kind of gives me a little extra piece to go. Fuck, I should stop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, I every time, like I said, we try to do this, I try to cut back on my smoking habits because it's easy to slip into that hole, man. It's easy to just want to smoke or only smoke or maybe I don't want to write.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it definitely fucks with it, and having the awareness of that is already like a step ahead of most. Like you having the awareness that you have to stop, or you like doing these, or you're able to do these challenges with no alcohol, like being a drinker, you know, is already way like ahead of most people.
It's a high demonstration of willpower.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. My willpower sucks too, dude.
Lately, mine's gone.
Yeah.
I shot it. I don't know
Corona.
what happened. Well, I do know what
Quarantine.
happened, but yeah, over the last
Yeah.
few years, it's just gone. You know.
I just think like taking that, it's hard, and but it also just it helps you really. I'm always grateful. We've done it enough times that I know I get something out of it. So even when you're struggling through, you're like, dude, it's 30 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just start seeing it that way, and I enjoy it because you try to escape it so much that it becomes a drug in its own. Honestly,
Yeah.
like got a problem. But like but
Being
honestly, that's
sober
what it is.
feels
like,
different
it
than
does.
being stoned all the time,
for
and it's
sure.
kind of like it's kind of psychedelic in its own.
It
right?
is, especially if you're into those. That's why like Buddhists and monks, they're heavy breathing, and the way that they chant, they get into a hum of life. Like you can still find that energy without drugs.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they say it's a psychedelic trip to just meditate for 16 hours, and I've done like I can do 20 minutes, and I see that you do get that psychedelic realm. You know
Dude,
what
I
I mean?
did 10 the other day, and I hadn't done it in a long time, and I was like, 8 minutes in, I'm like, okay, it's got to be about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like, because but then it's like, bring yourself back, like, focus on the breathing, don't worry about the time, you know, and then
Just let that be another thought that
for
just
sure,
happened,
and then
know?
like you, because I set a timer on my phone for like 10 minutes. But
What's
I
it-
forgot
what's
my
it do at 10
fucking
minutes?
Dude, I forgot my timer was the quack. And so I was like, I was in that, semi psychedelic or like really focused, tuned in. And then I just hear, I'm like, oh my God. And I was outside because I was like minor sweat still. Like it was nighttime, but it's still
Yeah.
fucking 104 at 10:30.
Suddenly you're just really uncomfortable. You're like,
And I
whoa,
just
back
hear
to
this
reality.
fucking duck like,
That's funny.
oh my God.
It reminds me of like it's the same thing with drugs and where like at least the way that I meditate, you find that like your breath or you can count or you can, if you're really in tune, you can just inhale, out, and that's all.
Yeah.
And you just swear out all the thoughts. And near the end of it, you just say, usually like the way I was trained at least, it's okay, now just let go. Don't even focus on that. Do whatever your brain wants to do. And after you've been in that hum for 19, you blast off then. So then you meditate for another so long. And that's the same thing like that, like DMT in a way. You get to that ceiling and you're like, all right, they're like, do you want to come? You want to
Yeah.
come?
Who's
You wanna,
they, first off? And is that their pronoun?
Yeah, they, them.
Okay.
Zer.
All right. I was just asking. Just
My pronouns are ahem at you.
But yeah, it's just they offer the invitation, and then you either accept it and you let yourself go, or you don't, and that it's. I don't
Or
know
you
how they got
resist
there
it and
like
you
that.
start sweating a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's like with meditating. It's like you get when you finally have been humming and practicing for whatever time you're at near the end. When you let your brain go, you can either be like, "All right, finally, now I only have 1 minute left, so I can just go do what I ever need to do, and
Yeah.
I can get out of here." Or you can be like, "Oh, I finally have found the rotation, and now I'm just cruising. So now I can just keep on cruising."
When you break through on a psychedelic and you get to cruising speed, that is as good as sex or the best meal that you've
Roller
ever been.
coaster.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I love that
it's
feeling.
when you're rolling with it and and reality has moved up a click to a new dimension. Yeah, it's just that's one of the greatest feelings I've ever known, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. You kept saying that. You're like, that was beautiful. Like that was, and you like reiterated it a couple
It's
of
art,
times. And I
man.
was like,
It's
yeah.
love. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Right.
a drug. It's crazy, and it's everybody needs to do these kind of things. Like it's. I mean, you think about all these Karens and people in these videos. These people freaking out, and you. I think as you get older, as you become like more working on yourself, you just realize like if you switch it and just be like, dude, she's crazy. It's like, dude, she has some demons that she is not letting out. That it's sad that she hasn't exercised how to figure out how to get rid of these, because like I know what living with demons and evil things is. Like it's terrible, and you just think about what psychedelics or even smoking weed would do to a lot of people. They don't want to do it because it makes them uncomfortable. They smoke a joint. They're like, I didn't like it because I was at a party and I was just on the couch crying for an hour. It's like, well, that probably means that like you need to start doing some like introspective thinking
Or that joint was dipped, bro, and you just had a weird.
You just got
PCP.
good
Yeah.
weed, dude. Stop complaining. Let me
Yeah.
hit it.
True. Sorry. I'm wrong.
No, I
No,
go
no,
that
no,
way
no,
too,
for
where
sure.
it's like, but I like that. That's one of my favorite things is to get so high that I'm like, oh my god, I'm freaking
Uncomfortable.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because
We
it
went
makes
to-
you confront, you know.
Yeah, you have to.
We went to see Infinity War, and I took a massive rip back.
It's just the Bible, bro.
back, BC.
Oh, good times, man.
Good times.
Before
Good times.
Corona. Thanks,
Before
Zevia,
Corona.
you
Yeah.
dickhead. I'm glad you have diarrhea. And I hope those genetically modified mosquitoes come get you.
It's
How
necessary to
insane
take
is
on the
that?
Chi-Coms.
How insane is that?
Is it 75 million? Is that how many they
Something
make?
like
It's like
that.
100 million, right?
you see
75,000
or
What?
something?
Genetically modified.
175 million dead of COVID.
Yes.
No,
Genetically-
120 million Joe Biden reference. So
What was the question? I forgot.
I don't know what. Wait,
Oh, the genetically modified.
mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, yeah.
And they approved it to release them in Florida.
Isn't that
Keys, baby.
insane?
It's
So
Yeah.
it's Black Mirror.
We were talking about dystopian futures.
know.
We're in it.
We're in it.
Hey,
It's
folks.
happening.
Don't watch an episode unless you want to know. what
Just look
happened.
around. Just go outside.
Yeah.
You want to see an episode of Black Mirror?
Dude, it's so crazy.
That's insane. What are they genetically modified for? Like,
I believe that
so somebody can hack it and just fucking become like a little mini drone and blow up
It's
in your
males that impregnate the females.
and then
they die
They
short-
can't have offspring, right?
Yeah, and the males don't crave blood, so that's the female.
It's like putting a bunch of lady mules in a pack of,
I can't speak
Horses.
for them there, so
you
but
know.
those
So
are-
if you're trying to get rid of the horses and the horses bang all the mules instead of lady horses, you got a bunch of animals that can't reproduce, dead.
yeah,
Damn,
got a Cain and Abel situation.
Kill them by the lineage.
that's insane.
But
bro.
no, so it's a good idea. Bill Gates, I think, backed part of it. So
Yeah, and nothing could go wrong, you know, by altering the genome sequence of insects at large. So
no
there's not really any
crazy,
there's
though.
not any backlash.
science,
Zevia,
It's
back.
perfect.
dude.
Brought to you
Zevia
by Bill Gates.
2020.
Dude, you ever
Dr.
think about
Zevia
that, Zevia?
2020.
I've thought about it before, but many, many more people would have to die.
Who'd be your
Oh, have to
VP?
die. I think you said this last time. Many more had to die.
Yes,
Yes.
that's my my
Well,
platform.
Well, if
Tattooed
you,
on your chest.
if you
my
kill,
platform.
if you get this, kill the rich. If
believe
you
believe
get-
in the dream state. Many more will have to
Eat
die.
the rich.
If you kill someone, like if you kill more people, like they can't mail in their vote. So
Right. Well,
How do
I
you
kill
expect to
the
win?
people, and then we collect their mail-in ballots. It's a time scale. It all has to come into play.
It's gotta be
Has to
rigged
come into
properly.
play. Yeah.
it's got to be rigged properly. Is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yes.
Properly
That's the only way
rigged.
Trump's going to lose the election. He said it. You know, he's like, if I lose, it's because this is rigged.
And Melania's a body double, dude. You
No
know that?
way.
Yeah.
Clone?
Yeah, shorter than the
Damn.
OG.
But- well, she's always got high heels on, dude. How do you know? What's her height?
I think she's a fembot.
Damn.
Have you
Austin Powers reference.
Dude, no,
Falling.
you're right. She's so calculated.
She is kind of
And the way
robotic.
she blinks, she just
How old is
blinks.
she?
Like one eye at a time.
How old is she?
Does not compute.
I
A
don't
real
know.
woman doesn't say her age.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Didn't mean
She
to
doesn't
out you.
have an age. Do
Didn't
you
mean to
mean
out
when
you.
was she manufactured?
Actually, Donald Trump's just so dumb. He falls in love with a sex bot not knowing. He just treats women so poorly. He's like, hey, what's for dinner? I don't know. I hate you.
Yeah, she's just like,
How old are you?
he's like, all right, I'll take that. Then.
I never aged, Donald. My love for you grows.
I only get younger, just like you
Treats
like it.
Every woman.
I still got it.
That makes perfect sense. That's what happened.
The plot of Benjamin Button, but it's a girl and she's Epstein's girlfriend.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That was Zevia.
Do the accent really quick.
Get us out of here.
Signing off.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
what are we fucking
but
talking about?
mosquitoes, dude. They're coming for you. I fuck mosquitoes, dude.
Sorry,
I'm
bro.
glad they're-
I was selling tamales at the border.
Just had to go make an order for pickup.
Oh, fucking A.
But really, if you ever find any tamales, always hit me up. I love tamales.
So I am the sleepy tamale slinger, is what you're saying.
With mole, preferably.
Mole, huh? Those are interesting.
Holy moly.
Those aren't from where we would make them. Northern part
Find
of
one.
Mexico. That's more
You guys all
south.
know each other.
We do. Yeah, it's not a racist comment.
Thanks for getting me out of there. Like Adam and Eve. We all come from the same person, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We're
I'm
all
your
brothers
rib,
and
homie.
sisters.
I'm your
Or
rib.
Adam and Steve.
Yeah.
Damn,
They all
dude.
come on the same
Those-
person.
those so
Just come in my face this time. I'm on my period. Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
I
Did you
know.
just take DMT, dude?
Whatever, man, okay? I'm multiple versions of myself, okay? This is
This could be a
showtime
dream
now.
That's
state,
actually
brother.
my shtick. I'll be keeping the schizophrenia bit over on this side of the table. Thank you.
It runs in my family. Checkmate. It doesn't. It's kind of scary.
I don't have a family. Check double mate.
And then 5 minutes later, my family lives in Russia and on Mars. We're like, wait. Dr.
Oh, you
Zevia.
have schizophrenia. Okay, you keep it.
How many split personalities does this guy have?
Was this Kevin Wendell Crowe over here?
We can have him back every week as a different character.
Heck yeah. Every couple of minutes, even.
Our episode, you meet 7 people. Fucking Eddie Murphy.
That's Tangential Podcast.
Yes.
Get your nutty professor bullshit out of here,
Dude, it's Ted.
Why do you have to play every character? You can't hire one of your friends, dude?
You're
Or do you don't
blackfacing
got
it.
any?
You're blackfacing it over here.
That's literally a description of what Dr. Zevia is he's a nutty professor. I'm pretty happy about all the
Damn.
synchronicity.
DMT
That's
aligned
what it
us
tied us all
today,
together
dude.
like a shoelace.
Damn. I'm wearing flip-flops, first of all.
Well,
It's because you can't afford it. It's okay.
You're right. Oh, that's why I work barefoot.
and I call shoes in the bunker today.
And I call it grounding myself.
You have some. Pete, what happened to your left shoe? This is the second time this week.
You can't borrow my Birkenstocks.
I was grounding myself.
Give me my pink Puma.
Well, unground yourself and go to work.
Jesus, man.
I know.
What's happening?
What a funny episode today, guys.
Good
And maybe
times.
not for you, but for us.
Well, it was a great time doing DMT, man. It was just it's everything that I was hoping it would be, which is nice. Because the first time I did mushrooms was kind of a letdown. That's the thing. You always are scared the first time. That like, are you gonna take off? Are you gonna fully get into? Because I remember being afraid of how much mushrooms to take the first time I did it, and just not almost getting to that ceiling and just seeing it and being like, no, let me in. But you didn't quite take enough, or you didn't let yourself go there enough because you questioned it too much.
And that's the bigger bummer than even letting yourself go all the way and having a hard time. It's better than not going all the way and not and knowing that you could have gotten, that you were almost at the threshold. Yeah.
Next time I'll get it. And that's, that's
And
the
if you do
problem.
that too many times, it accumulates and it's not good for you. That, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
can see
I
that.
did that a lot, where people who want to party with it or whatever.
Oh, we know. We've seen your personality.
Yeah, dude. I don't think it's good for you.
This is Dr. Zevia.
Zevia's brother, dude.
Yeah.
Proctor Zevia.
Are you out? Are you?
I did a thing, and I can only hear it in my left now. I went the whole.
That's your split
episode without
personalities,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
It's only left side right now.
No?
That's communist Dr. Zevia. He's here to ruin your set.
Is it maybe the cable that's in the...
Oh, in the ear.
Oh, good call.
I always do that too.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Motherfucker, man.
Dude, on camera, right after DMT. Somebody hire me.
And you can't not hire me for that.
Said, who do you think you are,
Oh,
Mr. Big Stuff?
I don't know those songs.
I know that you guys don't know that song. That's the song I was referring to last time I was here.
So you should have sent me a link so I could listen to
I
the
think
song.
I might have it. It's by Gene Knight, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you did. You
Great
did send us a
song.
link. You know what? I
And,
did listen to it, but it was a while ago.
That's
so.
okay.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Most of these podcasts, we either get high, I do DMT, move on, or get drunk. So right after the podcast, I'm like, Dan, what happened?
Dude, I was manic for the last one. I've been through all phases of bipolar on your podcast. Because the first time I came through, I was coming off of a depressive phase, and I was like jamming caffeine and everything, trying to be lively. And
Hey,
my
you
head
drink
was all a
3
mess.
monsters before, dude. One after another.
Every day this
I
month.
was so unclear, man. But then the next time, which was last time I was here, I was coming off of writing the album, and I was really, really manic because I had just quit school, and I was struggling to just survive, just to get the bills paid and everything like that. So things were really, really tight, and for some reason that just triggered it, or I don't know what triggered it, but it was manic as fuck. And immediately after the podcast, I went into a deep depression. For like a few weeks, I was down.
Do you take anything for your bipolar? No.
No, I can't afford like to get treatment right now or anything. I'm trying to get back up over the hump.
But
here.
you were diagnosed, everything?
I was diagnosed kind of, twice. So yes, but one was by like a student who was trying to get her PhD. So she's
Gotcha.
like overseen.
Practitioners,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other was like I saw her 2 or 3 times. We came to the conclusion of bipolar, and then I stopped being able to afford anything. You know.
I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes too, it's like when you just put out music. For me, like sometimes it's like so depleting that it takes a lot out of you, and I think that's why as you get older, people stop pursuing these like endeavors outside of work and whatnot, and they're life just doing dishes and your laundry and getting gas and paying your fucking bills or what. So it's like it takes a lot of energy to put something out there, and like especially if you battle with like depression and all those kind of things, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult, and like who knows why. Like I wish it like wasn't this bug inside of me that like consumed me and like just dude, you got to keep, what are you doing, like keep on going. And like I heard somebody say that if you ever just stop where you are and look behind you and where you are now, it's like the path is farther now. So it's like it's kind of beautiful in a way, like you made this path for yourself, and it's like if you look back, it's like it's farther to go back than just to keep on going. Like commit to it, like, and be the DMT was a big like grateful thing, but just keep on. I don't know. Like it's weird that like art, it like forces you out of you, but it like uses you up like a vessel, and then it's like fucking sponges you out, and it's like, all right, here you go, you piece of shit, go back to life. And you're like, then all of a sudden you go back to reality, like you got your job, and you're like, fuck, what I mean what is?
Yeah, that's true.
Then on to the next one.
I used to get that way after performances too.
Oh, for sure.
Especially a great one where where you get a great reaction, and then you go back and you're like on the ride home, and it's just like,
yeah. 7 hours till work or 5 hours till work.
yeah,
Right.
just whatever. Yeah.
By the way, sick jam you just put out.
Thanks.
That was nice.
Yeah.
It was
New
cool.
jam.
Oracle, The Edisons, Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music.
The Edisons.
Yes.
It was really. I was actually. I told you I listened to it in the shower, and my wife walks in and she's like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "It's Nick's new song." She's like, "Doesn't sound like something you would listen to."
Yeah.
She said to me, which I was like, it was kind of slightly different than what you guys normally do. Or I mean,
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't listened to your stuff.
I need to listen to it. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. It just like we put it on DistroKid, and we just kind of this last couple since the lockdown and quarantine, we've just been trying to like. There's no how to stay productive and like stay active in a way. Mm-hmm. So, but also all while it's weird to promote stuff. So it's like we've tried to be like just perform, write a song, and like release a song a month. So we've done 3. We did Portals, Occam's Razor, and then this one, Oracle. Then now we're on to the next one. Just as a way to keep on being active, because so many bands and stuff and projects are falling apart right now. Yeah. So it's like inevitably some form of performance and life will come back.
Yeah.
So be on your
AC.
A game.
Oh, yeah.
AC.
Keep on doing the podcast like we do, because like you get
Yes.
better every time, and you keep on working on your craft and honing it, because like we were talking off mic, like why did you get into it before? Because you enjoyed playing music. There was a thing inside of you. It's like, just pick this up, start strumming this. Why do I do that? Why am I spending my whole day off for 12 hours doing that? Like,
just for the
why-
joy of doing it.
or for like that 30 seconds when like you find something new and you like start grooving on, like that feeling is just it's addicting too. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's also like your muse. It's like that DMT. It's like that molecule that like wants
It's
it's like
blasting
art,
off,
dude.
dude.
It's art. Yeah, it's like it's that. It goes back to like primal, like when they were playing with bones on teeth and making like xylophone sounds. That probably sounded terrible, but the whole town, like village, was still
That
dancing.
was a jam, dude.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
Kanye of the
Ding,
AC.
ding, 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 ding.
You
They're
know,
actually wearing exactly what Pedro was wearing.
they didn't know how to make these, dude.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to make these.
He was the only.
They wrap
no,
leaves
you were the
around.
only performer they didn't like. He had like the horse, and he just like doing the. God, will he shut up?
I'd like play the horse's tail, you know, like a guitar.
Just strung between two
Half the-
sticks.
Half the time the horse would kick me just because I'm fucking yanking too hard on his tail. That was it. See, then I'd be the jester of the town. If you get to see me get kicked by a horse,
Yeah, you'd be the town simpleton because you got hit in the head so hard.
simple Jack.
He's got the OG CTE.
And no lie, bro. My wife used to look like Simple Jack. I don't know if you ever seen that. She had like the bowl cut, everything blonde, overalls, everything.
Dang.
Damn.
I'm sure she
And that's not-
appreciates
that's
that.
Like Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace looking ass.
No, dude, she was the one that showed me, and I was like, I just have to clown on you for the rest of our
Hell yeah.
lives. Like,
Picking on
great.
little kids,
pick
dude.
it on little. She's older than me, first off.
hell
So
yeah.
that's me defending myself. She's mean to me. You should see what she does, man. It's
I've
Nick
heard her
knows
talk
some
to you.
stories,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
I've
I've seen those marks.
Your wife disrespects you.
No, she doesn't know, dude.
In front of people on purpose. She's the kind. She brings
She's
him
like,
out
"Who's
to the
this,
middle
your
of the
friend?"
street to yell at him. She waits till he's on the phone or FaceTime to start really laying
Yeah,
into him.
a speakerphone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good keeper. No, I just have to.
It's
clown
Sunday
her for
night. This is the
that.
night you get to comb through your phone, Pedro.
That would be terrible.
Give me
man.
your phone. Go get in the bathtub.
I drew it for
Go
you.
meditate.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. dude.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Dude, stay
Taking
away.
it back. Well, first off, my wife. I was clowning
Dennis
on
the
her.
Menace. you mean.
But I love her, dude. Okay,
We never said you
dude.
did.
My little girl's starting to walk, man.
Really?
Yeah, she's taking
Away from
steps.
you, dog?
Yeah, for the rest of her life.
That's sad.
This is my dad. Jeez.
Run for.
Dang.
You're an
That's
asshole,
crazy.
dude. I'm trying.
Oh, sorry. This is your monologue.
This
Is this
my
your
monologue.
precious monologue?
I saw your post the other day about how quickly it's gone.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it just do you? Because I don't even have a family or any kind of bullshit, and I feel like it just you blink and you're like, dang,
Well,
another 6 months just went by.
Do you guys remember when you were little? Like, a year used to be so long,
Yeah.
right? It was like
You're
eternity.
like, it's gonna be
like,
my birthday soon.
yeah, next year. And
Summer
it's-
vacation felt like forever, dude.
Yeah.
dude. It felt like years.
Dude.
Yeah.
And now, as an adult, I don't know what it's been. I don't know, because it's maybe life's more routine
Yeah,
than when
that's what
you're
it is.
young,
Yeah.
and so that puts a timestamp on everything. Like I have to be
and
here
there's
at
less
there.
novelty.
Yeah, right. And like just having a daughter now and seeing the innocence and seeing that the time must be so eternal to her right now, and also for us. How many fucking catastrophes has she lived through in the past 11 months?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Trauma, for sure.
Yeah, we
Get
were
her into
Well,
therapy.
we were smooth sailing until about 9/11.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
whole world built up for us around like MTV, and then 9/11 happened.
And the 90s. Damn,
But
dude.
yeah, time, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it just
man.
it keeps grooving.
Yeah, so
keeps-
just and also I have like a fucking what are those things? The tempo things. What are those called?
Godfather clock.
Dun,
I'm stoned.
dun, dun. No, that the
Metronome.
musician metronome. That whatever.
You have it
You
going
may
in
be
your house at
wrong.
all times?
Metronome.
That's
a
what it is
pressure
that they're
gnome.
talking about.
A pressure
Do you use
dome.
that?
Pressure gnome. And this is a gnome that's under pressure all the time.
The tamale cooker.
But it's especially with like a daughter at home. My timer going off, me losing my shit, me coming home and just like seeing that, obviously I'm not referring to her as a timestamp, but it's like having that reference of just constant.
You
11
see your
months,
daughter
12
as an
months.
object.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, all the time.
That's great.
2020, baby.
You're no child. You're just an object.
No, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
just man.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's almost a psychedelic experience in
No,
itself.
it's not. Dude, try DMT a little bit.
Pounded, dude, that was pretty. Fuck you, man.
Oh,
That was a get
He
back.
did like the Indiana Jones.
Oh, he did it to you too, bro. Damn.
I thought you guys were cool.
You should go do some more DMT, bro.
Whatever, man. I'm trying to find myself. I'm on a
Listen,
spiritual
drugs
journey.
aren't cool.
I'm on a spiritual journey. No, you're just alone, okay? You're lonely.
I'm just
No.
trying to tell you.
Oh man, so much truth and so much
Fiction.
fun
Hell
on this
yeah.
podcast, man. This was a blast.
Yes.
And diarrhea.
And that was no pun to you blasting out.
Thank you guys for having me again. Awesome to be back.
It's a good time.
This
man.
is always a good time. And then you seem wiped. You seem a little drained. How do you
I mean, it
feel?
doesn't- actually, it's weird how normal I feel.
Okay.
You know?
Like,
it's
I-
strange like
yeah.
how
Feel-
far away from Earth you go to like because I mean like mushrooms, it's like you come off like I keep on comparing them to that, probably just because I feel like they're in the same family. It's psychedelics, you know.
Oh, dude, one
Like-
grows on. Oh, I guess today.
They're both tryptophans.
Oh, there you go. I guess it's
Well, DMT
Fact.
is.
And you
Where
have
we
to
going?
trip under a fan for it to be.
Ah,
Hey, we can cut
nice.
that out, don't worry. And we're back.
I'm
Feel
sorry,
oh yeah, no, it's just feel. And I'm surprised how normal it does feel. Like because how far away you go. Like with mushrooms, it's like you get super high, then you slowly come down, and then I always get
Yeah.
depressed after mushrooms, which is
Really?
why I kind of had to stop taking them for a while. It was probably just the part of my life when I was taking them so often, and I was taking them alone all the time, and just I just would keep on going.
Were you going big or were you just taking threshold?
I like eighths.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I feel like to have a decent,
Yeah.
meaningful trip, especially if you lemon tech it or anything like that.
What's that mean?
Like shred it up, soak it in lemon juice for 20 minutes, and then shoot it.
I always did it with orange juice. I don't know if
That
that would
works.
still do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
citric acid.
That always felt like it, but I feel like that's the thing with like these kind of drugs, and it goes back to the theory of them finding you. When you start having a plug, and you just kind of keep on getting them, and you always have them just to use them whenever you're like, oh, I'll just take some mushrooms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
love
microdose.
that.
Actually,
That's
I'm gonna
my favorite.
I know, but you can get
I miss that
into it
so
so
much.
much.
I know.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like then it stops being. You have to also you have to take 30 days off alcohol and tether back to reality and be like, all right, my feet are on the ground. This is the existence. So we have to also maneuver within here. Like you
Yeah.
can't just live in DMT mushrooms drunk. Like it's like so much. I know.
I
That's
beg
my
to
problem though. Like Hunter S. Thompson, Anthony Bourdain, like they're my fucking heroes.
Yeah.
Like I looked up to them my whole life. Now like we started doing this podcast. I'm like, all my heroes killed themselves. I mean,
True.
Robin Williams. I mean, Jim Carrey. I know you're gonna clear yourself soon. It's coming.
Nobody's buying your paintings, dude.
I mean, empirically, I was doing a lot better when I was tripping all the time, and when I was just tripping all the time, that was kind of what I was doing, and it's always been my thing. And now I've just reduced it down to weed, and then sometimes I'll go sober. During the sober times, the depression doesn't come on as much, but the mania goes wild. Hulkamania
Yeah.
runs wild on me.
Siege-a-mania, dog.
I
Yeah,
get
dude.
that because the weed helps you lean into like create like that. Like when back to your question of does it make you lazy? It's like I am aware of the realm it puts me in, so I try not to abuse it. So I like if I'm gonna use it, it's when I sit down to write for the first time of the day. I haven't smoked yet, so it's like all right, let's go.
Yeah.
And then I'm locked into that project and I'm doing it. If it's my day off and I'm just like chain smoking from the second I wake up and get coffee, which I love so much as well, but I don't have the luxury of doing that every day. So breaking that cycle is the biggest thing for me
Yeah.
with weed. Like you said, you're like I don't have that same addictive thing like you do.
I
Like,
wish I had your willpower for weed.
yeah.
And I think you wish you had the willpower for alcohol that I do.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Do you struggle with alcohol? I mean,
A
it
lot.
seems like you're able to quit.
See, that's the thing though too. It's like I also like going back to Anthony Bourdain, and it's like I enjoy it. Bukowski. It's like I like.
It's fun to
Dude,
get loose.
like
and
and
dance on the
start writing,
fringes,
dude.
yeah.
After we demo out some songs, I come back with like a glass of whiskey and like smoke a joint and drink that. It's like I like that zone, dude. I love it. And like, is it
Yeah.
worth shedding a couple of years out from my life? I kind of like,
But
yeah.
There's not a problem with just one glass of whiskey, though. The problem is the second or the two
Yeah.
beers and then another whiskey or, you know.
I mean, for me, it's literally like with the last podcast and the drinking. Like, I probably should have stopped at 2, pushed it to 3. By
Yeah.
the time I left, I was embarrassed about like the way I was acting, and then for 3 weeks, I'm in a hole, and I'm like, would that have happened if I just didn't drink?
No,
you
alcohol
know?
does that to you. That's the thing.
So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, yeah.
But the highs are so.
But it could
fun
have.
for
It
some
could have been just waiting to tip, and the alcohol was just a trigger.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
The thing about alcohol that like my control of being able to take that time off or whatever, it's also like that I don't have the urge to do it in the morning. Like I'm also in the same way with weed. I'm like, all right, it's the end of the day. I worked out. I went to work. I worked on music or whatever it was. Like I've done these. Like I'm not just like, all right, fuck off. I'm gonna get drinks of beer and gonna skip everything and just sit on the couch. So that's probably justifying it.
Yeah.
But I am glad I also have that tier as well.
Yeah.
No, that's
You know
yeah.
what I
I'm
mean?
definitely working on that. And it's,
I can't. I struggle with that so
Yeah.
much. I'm like, oh, I'm awake. Where's the weed?
Yeah.
You know.
oh, yeah, wake and bakes are the fucking best.
Oh, it
man.
really
Especially with
is.
coffee. Like
Yeah,
back
being
in the
awake
day,
and
like
bakes.
coffee and a wake and bake,
oh,
then a
yeah, for
cigarette
sure.
afterwards, baby. Whew.
Yeah,
It's the highlight of my
Slap me
days
on the
off.
back and give me a tamale. dude. Jesus.
And pick him up at OnlyFans, Pedro Tamale Guy.
Pedro the tamale guy. You can subscribe. It's only $3.99.
That's it?
Yeah.
I lowered it.
Yeah,
You
well,
still got me on the premium. Can you lower it?
now you're grandfathered in the high price.
If you guys had a merch store and you had a Believe in the Dream State shirt, and on the back it said Pedro the Tamale Guy, I'd wear that.
DMT summed up as the title
Dude,
of the shirt.
you know what? We're gonna
Like,
make
what?
it even better. I'm gonna make that shirt for you, just for you.
I'll wear it.
You better, dude. I want to see that.
wanna see it?
Yeah.
Might not be made out of cloth, but I'll make it.
With it, like I made this out of bologna.
Yeah.
It's a meat shirt.
Yep.
Skirt.
I'll wear it, and the whole episode you guys can just eat the bologna off of me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Be an
Damn.
art
I
Can you
project.
bring the mustard though?
I always bring the mustard.
Damn.
Dude, the bologna episode is going to be so good. Maybe the 200th episode. Stick
Maybe.
around.
Yeah.
You just lay the whole time. It's like a naked sushi girl.
Yeah,
But you was
except
just
for it's
bologna. We just-
bologna,
and we don't,
mustard,
You can't acknowledge
candles.
it either that you're there.
Yeah, I'm covered in bologna and 200 candles in mustard.
So, Pete, Trump won again.
You didn't dip it, dude.
Sometimes you dip so many you want one plain piece. We go back
Sometimes,
to
but
the
you always
original
regret it right when
flavor.
you put it in your mouth.
Like, that's
You're
why I've been
"Damn,
saucing up.
no."
I'm gonna sauce double on this next one.
Whoops, that's not bologna. Why does it look like
This
bologna?
sashimi?
Still raw, yes. Still raw.
That's some raw bologna.
And we got dick jokes.
Well, they didn't slice that one up. did they?
DMT, dick jokes, and diarrhea. Your favorite podcast.
DDD, baby. Let's get it, huh?
Oh, I hate myself. Why do I do this every week? You know, I'd show the worst side of me. you
No,
know?
dude.
I'm embarrassed. Are you ever embarrassed after this? You're
Yeah.
not?
The
I am.
worst.
I am, but at the same time, like we're being vulnerable, dude. We're being ourselves. We're not afraid to fucking. We do this. I do this in public sometimes. Just try to make people uncomfortable with the
true.
shit I say. You know, so it's like it's a different variation of you, but
Well, you said you spiraled after the last one. Did you feel like shame from like putting yourself out in the ether? Do you think that was like a little tip over?
A little bit
Yeah.
from that. Like, part of it was COVID. Like, I didn't have the project to turn into. Like, my game plan was to go into putting together a 5-minute stand-up set and then trying to hit stages. And as I'm putting that together, COVID hits.
Yeah.
There's no stages, and then I'm like, shit. I'm majoring in performance, and I'm like practicing these things that may or may not be here. So I just felt like lost again. I felt like I'm up in the ether again, and now I have no path. And so I think that was part of it. And plus, when I smoke all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, and if I'm not high, I need to go get high, and it's like pressing. It's like a need. But I know that if I quit smoking, I can be more productive and whatnot. So there's like that whole.
It's almost like giving
Toss
up
up.
before even starting. For me, like that's kind of what I looked at. Like, I know I can be. I just stopped. Sorry, was this your monologue?
No, that's how you're sitting, like. you know, CJ. CJ, let me spit it to you straight.
Come here, boy.
You got the wrong idea.
I'm a dad.
Kind of like
I'm gonna be a daddy.
You've sort of given up on life. It looks like to me.
Let me be a daddy
From where I-
CJ.
from where I-
Definitely not what I meant.
You're safe
you
now.
are an asshole, dude.
From where I'm sitting,
Hey,
spread
you're safe
eagle.
now. You're safe now.
It looks to
This
me.
mansplaining to us.
It's like when the teacher goes to like the attractive young girl at her desk and like puts his foot on the other desk or something like that. You ever see that in a movie or something?
Yeah.
It was a poor reference.
He's like the guy that comes to the DMT circle that hasn't tripped in like 20 years. I remember I used to do that stuff. Yeah, you kids.
Yeah, that's my favorite drug.
Sorry, dude.
This
has gone on a long time, so I had to get comfy, baby. You gonna judge me? You gonna judge me for getting comfy, man?
No, I'm not. I just
Whatever,
looked
man.
over all of a sudden.
I don't even know what
I
we're
like
talking
it.
about.
Saw some bologna.
Whatever, the poncho's covering it, dude.
That's-
I like this
yeah.
poncho though, dude. It's nice.
I do.
Thanks.
It looks good on you too.
Thanks, man.
I bought it from the swap meet at Thunderbird Park, the Greyhound Bus Park, rather, on 40th Street, Washington.
Oh, you plugging
Go check
it?
it out. Play- Go check out the swap meet.
I don't
Pretty
think
sure
they're
those are
open right now.
going
He's just
on.
outside selling his clothes.
Go to the swap meet.
Just a closed building. Your
give
car
him
trunk's
your-
open.
You give him your apartment address.
It's a
It's
pick
not
up
even-
only.
It's not even a tent out here, dude.
I've got this
The swap
bed
meet
and I've
doesn't
got this dog. Make an offer.
I got an empty water
and then
bottle.
and then you hear Jenny from the back. She's like, "Give me back my dog!"
I just start shouting racial slurs.
Jesus, man, where are we going with this?
I don't know.
Insane.
It's been fun though, man. For sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on, dude. Always.
Heck yeah. Always.
Thirsty. Yeah.
Always a good time.
And I had like some shit lined up, but I'm kind of glad we didn't talk about anything.
The segment, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I know. I'd like serious stuff. And I'm like, let's just.
Yeah.
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 But
Maybe because I also haven't smoked in a week, so now that I did
So,
smoke,
yeah,
I'm like,
you're just throwing a leg up,
loosey-goosey,
yeah,
baby.
hanging poncho, and
yeah, baby.
you want to do any plugs? Want to plug yourself?
yeah.
Plug yourself in?
Please start listening to Hobo Blues Clown. Otherwise, I'm going to start executing my loved ones.
He
Okay?
said earlier he doesn't have a family, so
Yeah, I have very few loved ones left.
Is this Zevia?
So-
Is this Zevia?
No, this
Wait,
is
there was
Hobo
this-
Blues
oh, shit.
Clown
Oh,
talking.
damn.
I'm taking a new
Another
approach.
personality.
Kevin Wendell over here, you know, guys.
I'm taking a new approach with marketing. It's music marketing terrorism. If the Edisons need a little bit of assistance in the marketing category, I'll let you know how you can threaten people into buying your albums
good
as well.
idea.
Might be,
so,
might
yeah.
be, might work.
Yeah. The key is to threaten people that you love, so that way the audience at home has no way of defending them.
I live alone though. I'm
Yeah,
lonely.
just threaten
Have a
yourself. Threaten yourself first.
I've been doing it for years. Now people are just,
Yeah.
it's just regular. They're just like, just Nick.
Just
he's depressed.
threaten to hurt yourself next to someone they care about.
I've gotten to the
It's-
point where I make suicide jokes for my mom. She's like, just do it. Or like, I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm like, all right.
That's
Yeah.
true
That's
story.
fair, yeah.
I was
Well,
at
dude,
I was at a family reunion and it was pretty hard to hear.
Yeah, fans of the show, if you don't start watching, I'll convince Nick to kill himself like that lady did to that dude. And I don't care if I'm convicted for it because I need album sales. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Can you
So,
put tarot cards
streams.
underneath my dwindling body?
I could do that. I could put them all over it.
That'd be awesome.
You know, I could cover them
And
in
have
magic.
one with a knife into my chest with the
With a knife.
with the death or something.
like through
Is
it.
that one of them? Right, death. That'd be dark.
That's
dude.
a badass album cover.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have a song
when I make
that
my
I'm
swan
working
song,
on. Okay, there we go. I have a
sing-
song from like the 20s, an old blues song that I'm working on called "Oh Death," and
Vote Trump.
20.
yeah, it goes like this. Yeah,
You should clip the intro then, and then we should just end that thing.
yeah, that would be a good one. Anyways, Hobo Blues Clown. Follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, please. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Come on, make me feel good. It gives me dopamine. It helps me not hurt people, or animals.
Or myself.
Yeah, or myself.
Dr. Zevia, calm down, okay?
Hobo Blues Clown, at Blues Clown.
Right on, dude.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
Well,
I
so
love
This is
you.
fun. This is a trip.
Thank you,
It's
Sean.
Literally.
Oh, God damn it. I knew shit I did. Ready?
Amor y
Paz.